Welcome. Today is my very first live of the year, and I'm very excited to be here and talk to you about what it is that I'm passionate about. If you're watching this live, please let me know that you are here watching. Pop in the chat, and if you do get to watch this on replay, also put replay and let me know that you watched it. If you have any aha moments, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to add them to the chat. As I'm talking, I will try to keep an eye on this and answer your questions as I see them or as I can. Great. So, welcome to this first live of the year, and I'd like to talk about how to start this year on a high note. But before I do that, in case you haven't met me before, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Lucy Zettel. I'm a transformational coach and spiritual agent of change. I work with professional women who feel like life isn't working for them anymore. They feel like something's missing, something's off, and they don't know what it is. And I take them to where they feel fulfilled and to they are clear to about what they want, so they can live a happier life that is aligned with their soul. Hi, I see Debbie. Welcome, Debbie. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions and or any haha moments. I'd be happy to hear from you for sure. Okay, so before we go into the new year, the first thing we need to do is reflect on the old year. What happened last year? Do you remember what happened last year? And if you don't, one great exercise that is good for this the purpose of my talk today is to make a list of all that you've accomplished last year. Everything that's happened in your life, whether you perceive it as good or not so good, challenges and obstacles and achievements, anything and everything in all areas of your life, whether it's relationships, career, finance, health and fitness, job. Put it all down on paper. And I'll tell you what you can do with that after. This is a process. So if you can all write it down and don't judge yourself either as you think about, oh, I made that mistake or something went wrong. It's not about judging. Be kind. It's just about reflecting on what occurred in the old year. And why do we need to do that? Is because we need to, let's say, clean house, declutter. We have to be able to let go of what doesn't serve us anymore, right? So, my question to you about last year, though, is how do you feel about it? Do you feel disappointment? Do you feel joy? Do you feel like you've accomplished something? You feel great or not? Again, be kind when you think about that, how you feel about this. Now, can you feel gratitude about the old year? Can you feel gratitude for everything that's happened, whether, again, perceived good or not so good? Sometimes you can say, well, it's kind of hard to be grateful for bad stuff that I think was bad. And here's where I would like for you to shift your mindset about that and know that everything that happens in our lives is um, for us, not to us. So think about the lessons that you've learned, the wisdom that you've gained, the strength that you've discovered you didn't know you have, but you have. How amazing is that? You also discover what you want and what you no longer want. And you can adjust your new year in line with what it is that you've discovered in the last year. And we have such busy lives and we always reacting to things. We're always on the go, go, go. And our mind is always cluttered with a lot of thoughts. Do you know that? Like we always have all these thoughts in our head and we get into a sense of overwhelmment. And because it's a new year, now is the time to declutter. Now is the time to clear, have a new slate, and let go of all that stuff. Let go of judgment, hate, jealousy, shame, guilt, whatever it is. You need to let go of that, because whatever is inside of you now, if you don't get rid of it, it will carry on with you in the new year. So you need to let go of all that stuff. That is key to have a different year, is to let go of all that it is that you're holding on to, the baggage. And think of baggage it's like alone, you're alone, and it's heavy, alone. That's not what I meant to say. I'm getting ahead of myself with my thoughts I don't want to share. The one thing that I find that is that we rely on our intellect, our mind, the ego, and the best way to move forward, the best way to deal with anything in life is to do it from your your inner being. And some people don't even know they have an inner being. And that is your superpower. That is your soul, your spirit. And that is the wisdom that guides you. That is the strength that keeps you going. That is the light that shows you the way. The spirit within you is who you are. It is what you need to acknowledge and cherish and nurture and develop, so that you have more connection, if you will, with that part of you. And it is a small voice that is within you. And I talked about this loud voice. And when the loud voice is there, you can't hear. You can't hear what it says. So the only way to hear this small voice within you, that voice of wisdom and love, you have to quiet the mind, be still, and listen. And there's a quote that I heard way back, and I don't know if I can say it verbatim. It's when you quiet the mind, the soul speaks. And that is what you want to listen to, is the soul. So know that you're not alone. You have this superpower, this wisdom within you that can help you through difficulties. So the key is really to let go. Let go of the old. And why? Is because it's done. Like last year is gone. It's the past. And you can't change the past. There's nothing you can do about that. And then to take it with you in the new year is only going to drag you down. It's only going to slow you down and not allow you to be who you want to be and do what you want to do. If you have any questions so far, by all means, let me know, and I will reply. Now, I did say about dragging you down. Now, and think of it as decluttering. When you want something new, let's say in your house, you need to make room for it. The mind is no different. If you want something new in your life, you need to declutter. You need to let go of all that does not serve you anymore. And anything that's perceived negative or that is negative will not serve you anymore. So how would you like your new year to be? Like the old year? Or do you want it totally new? So the way to do that is let go and start anew. And one thing that I love to do every year is to use a word, a one word, and it has to be a word of wisdom. Thank you, Debbie. Very good advice. Yes, thank you. Is choose one word, and it has to be a word that, like an attribute of value, but more importantly, a word that brings up a feeling, something that will really raise your vibration, something that will excite you. And it'll be like a mantra or an affirmation, and something that will keep you going when there's days when you're having difficulties, because we're still going to have difficulties in the new year. We're still going to have challenges, and like I said before, those are for us. And when these things happen, now I'm diverging a little bit, but what I want to say is that when you have something happening that you don't like in your life, instead of saying, why me? How about asking, what is it that I get to learn from this? What is the lesson here? What do I need to pay attention to? And then wait for the answer. It may not come right away because you're still sort of flying high on what's happening, but the answer will come to you. But don't think you're a victim. Don't think things are happening to you. Things are happening for you. Now, back to that word. So, what is one word you can use that will keep you going through the year? It would be like a mantra, like an affirmation, and it would be your, I want to call it like an anchor, guiding light for you, so that when things don't go so well for you, you can look at that word. And I would really suggest that you wrote it on little sticky notes, these little sticky notes, but something a little bit bigger. And write that word and put it everywhere in your house. Put it where you work, if you work at home. Put it in your kitchen cupboards, the fridge, in the bathroom mirror, on the door, on the way out the door, when you go outside above the lock there, put the little sticker there. And this will be a reminder so that when you start feeling not so well, not so good, and also you see the words, oh yeah, right, this word is reminding me that I committed in my mind, I made a commitment to feel that way in the new year. It's not always easy to do, but it's a reminder. It's a reminder for you to keep focused on what it is that you want to be, do, or have in the new year. Okay. Now, if you can't think of a word right at this moment, it's okay. What you can do is meditate on it and it'll come to you. Now, going back to that list, what I said, make the list of all that you've done, all that you've accomplished, good or bad. Now it's written. It's like a releasing. You've put it on paper. You're sort of cleansing yourself by putting it down on paper, releasing it there. And once you've got it written down, you can have sort of like a let go ceremony, if you will. You can crunch it all up and throw it in the garbage, but you could. Some people like to make it even more definite, more like burning it somewhere safe, like in a little fireplace, wood stove, in a fire pit, someplace where it's safe. And just as you do that, you can say a prayer of, I let go. I release you. You don't serve me anymore. And I've learned from what happened. I thank you for that. A note of gratitude saying that you're thankful that you've learned all kinds of stuff from the experience from last year and that you're ready to start anew in the new year. How's that sound? Now, what I would like to leave you with is that if you feel that you're stuck in letting go of the old year, letting go of stuff that's really weighing you down and you're having a hard time, you have resentment and you can't forgive, or you just can't let go. If you need help with that and you're stuck, one other thing though that I find that to move forward, the best thing you can do is to go within, and that means spiritually go within. And this is where your strength is. If you feel stuck, I do have a guide that I've written and I put together and to help you get unstuck. And it's called Your Spiritual Path to Getting Unstuck. Hence, all that I've been trying to talk about to let go. If you would like a copy of that, it is free. You can write in the chat, stuck. You write that down and I will send you the link where you can grab this guide that I've written for you. All right. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you so very much for being here. I thank you for that. I want to wish you a happy new year, prosperous, joyful, full of blessings, all that you want. And remember to go within, because that's where your answers are, and that's where your supply is, and that's where your wealth is within you. Acknowledge that, embrace that, love that, be grateful for it. I'm grateful to you for being here today. In the meantime, much love and blessings to you. Much love. Bye for now. Bye. And you're welcome, Debbie. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.